Hello everyone! It's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today's January 3rd. Happy New Year! I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. I took about a week off, so if you didn't see as many posts, that's kind of what was going on. My grandkids live with me, so I just thought this is kind of a slow time in the Stampin' Up! World. So I thought I would take that week off with them being out of school and just kind of chill and play and have a good time. So my son's also here from Texas. So let me get over here. Let me make sure I am live in the right place, on the right page, you know, all the technical stuff. Okay, I am in the right place. Can you hear me? Is the second question. Let's see. Okay, yep. In the right place. Okay. I'm a little crooked. See if I can straighten myself out a little bit. And then let me turn on live chat. Okay. I think we're good to go. All right. We're jumping into the new year with Valentine's. I'm going to skip the whole winter, snow. I don't know where I got off track last year, but I really was running a month behind. I should have been doing like Christmas in November so that you guys could see the products and enjoy them, and then if you wanted to purchase them, you could and get them in time to make your cards. So I'm going to kind of skip the whole winter thing, which is hard for me to do because I love winter cards. Kind of my favorite. And that's the reason why I was kind of showing you the Snowflake Kisses bundle kind of during Christmas. Because it is such a cute bundle, and if you're looking to make snowflake cards, Snowflake Kisses dies. These are a great group of dies. So let me just kind of pull out those cards and show them to you real quick. Because if you are wanting to make some, give me just a second. I didn't show you a ton, but here was one. Let me get this Valentine's out of the way. So here's one, and this was using these wonderful corner snowflakes. Beautiful. Let me bring it. Some ink splattering, some I can't even think. Some ink blending. Hi Aunt Pat, how are you? Here is one just using the big, this is a shaker card. And it uses that big die. And then here was another one using the big die but not a shaker card. So just some glitter paper. Anyway, if you guys are looking to make winter cards, this is a great set. I want to say it was an online exclusive. So make sure you're checking out those online exclusives. Because there was another snowflake one in the catalog. I didn't like it as much. The snowflakes were really big. So, all right. Little detour, sorry. And then another one. It doesn't use the same set, but this uses the branching dies and the North Pole delivery paper, designer series paper, some red pretty ribbon, but it's another shaker card. So this was a Christmas card. Okay, but it could be used for winter just as well. If you guys have any questions on anything, holler at me. Go back and make sure you watch my past videos. Facebook Live only lets us keep them on our Facebook page for 30 days. So if you need to go see any of my older videos, hop on over to my YouTube channel, Creating Cards from the Heart. And you can see that, and I'll try to post that link maybe on this Facebook post after I'm done doing my live. Okay, so 3 levels of creativity. We offer something for everyone. We have our kits, which are the step-by-step instructions. Great for beginners, but not only for beginners. I love our kits. I use them all the time. Speaking of kits, we have 2 different kinds of kits. We have our Paper Pumpkin kits, which is a monthly subscription kit. And then we have our kits that are online that come out 2 every month. So the next Paper Pumpkin kit, you need to be subscribed by January 10th. This, the subscription one is, we get some little sneak peeks, but we don't get to actually know what's in the kit. It's kind of a surprise that comes to our door every month. And you can stop and start this, you can suspend it, hold it, so you don't have to get every Paper Pumpkin. But this one is going to have some postage detailing, it's going to have some floral, it's going to have more of some subtle colors, I think. But if this is something that strikes you, January 10th, which is next Saturday, so you just have a week left to subscribe for that. Here's the one for February. It coordinates with our Easter Joy Sweet collection, which is in our new catalog. Our new holiday mini catalog goes live Tuesday, January 6th. You guys, there is some stinking cute stuff in it. I cannot wait to open up that catalog and show it to you. So next Saturday for the Facebook Live, I'll be doing a walkthrough of the mini catalog. We'll have to take a little break from Valentine's. Sorry. But stinking cute. Of course, this is coming to my house. And the one that I'm most excited about is the March one, Fluttering Garden. I'm not usually a hummingbird person, but the coloring on these hummingbirds is just, to me, striking. This also has a free stamp set. That's really all I know. There are some dies, which are an add-on item number 168666. These are usually less than $15, but the dies coordinate with all 3 months. So the January has this little postage. The February has some pretty tulips, is what I'm going to say, some flowers. And then the word beautiful is for March. So if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin, if you have any questions on how to subscribe to become a member, let me know. So there are our kits, and before I take this away, we also have kind of a middle of the road for the intermediate. It's the quick and easy options, and when I'm going through the catalog next Saturday, I'll show you that section. There's some ephemera packs, some card bases, just some stuff that's meant to coordinate and all go together so that you can do mix and match. So a very easy way to still be creative and use your creative brain because you're not following something, but also just something that you don't need a whole bunch of supplies for, and you can still create some beautiful cards. So, and then we have, you know, your level 3, your creativity your own way, anything goes. If you've been card making, scrapbooking for a long time, that's probably because there's a lot of cool stuff in that catalog. Okay, now Stampin' Up! Does offer more than just scrapbooking, card making supplies. We offer craft classes, and this is something new that they just started this last year. So the next one that I want to let you guys know, it's the 2026 Virtual Card Making Retreat. You make 15 cards, but that's really not, so don't think of it like that because it's so much more. You get 2 stamp sets, you get your designer series paper, your cardstock, your envelopes, you get dies, you get embellishments, you get flip flaps, you have access to a private Facebook group. This is 2 days, so January 22nd and 23rd is from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Or Mountain Time, sorry. That made no sense. Mountain Time. I was thinking we're standard. So, or central, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it's 7 hours for each day. So it's 14 hours of instructions. Sarah, the CEO, is going to be doing some. There's going to be other Stampin' Up! People that work at the headquarters that are going to be doing some classes. So you'll get to learn a lot of tips, tricks, and techniques. This is $165, but it's a lot of product. It's 14 hours of instruction. So it's a lot more than just 15 cards. You will have access to that Facebook group after it's done, so just don't think that if it's live and you miss it, you can't do that, that you can't come back and watch it. You will be able to. This is item number 170023. So I posted about it yesterday on my Facebook page. It's got the link, so if you want more information, just go there and check it out, or if you have any questions, holler at me. I'm going to try not to sniffle all the way through this Facebook Live. I have been dealing with some allergies. Here in Oklahoma, you never know what temperature it's going to be. Christmas Day, I think it was 80 degrees. It was crazy. You would have thought we were in Florida on the beach. And now it's getting down like to the 30s at night, and the whole bouncing back and forth, it just wreaks havoc with me. So I've blown my nose several times before the going live to try to get it all out of my system, but I feel like I'm going to be sniffling all the way through. So I apologize in advance. Okay, product of the month is something that Stampin' Up! Is starting. It's brand new. Instead of doing the celebration, which is what we normally do at this time of year, they're offering product of the month. So it's a free product. Well, okay, let me back up. It's not free. It's a $5 product that is normally about $15 to $20. And you get it if you turn in a $75 order or more. So you have to turn in a $75 order, and then you get a certain item. Sometimes it's going to be paper, sometimes it's going to be dies, sometimes it's going to be a stamp, for only $5, and you can only get it through this. You can't order it separate on your own. Last month, for the month of December, was this pretty pack of paper. It was floral. It was different colors of blue. And this was called True Blue Florals. So be on the watch out for that. I will try to post what the product is each month. I have not seen the one for January. They will probably come out with it January 6th when they come out with a new catalog. That's my guess. I don't think I've missed anything in the Stampin' Up! World, but if they have come out with it already, I don't know about it. Okay, you guys, if there's anything from this mini catalog that you wanted, get it now, if it's still available. This ends January 5th, Monday. You have 3 days and counting today. You have 3 days left to order from this catalog, and then it goes. So check that. Some of those items already went over to the last chance products list. Make sure you're checking that. Check out the online exclusives. These are products that don't ever make it into the catalog. They come out every 2 months. So again, January 6th, they're probably going to come out with a whole new list of online products. So be aware of that. I'll probably be posting about it. There are some cute online products. In fact, the Valentine Kisses that we're using today is an online exclusive. So our annual catalog is still good. This goes until the 1st of May. And then again, whoop, 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 whoop. January 6th, Tuesday, this goes live. If you are in my group, if you're on my email list, there's about 20 of you. I will send you a link to this catalog January 6th, Tuesday. I'll try to do it in the morning. Try. We'll see how well I can get my stuff together. You know, I do work a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, normal job. So depending on how busy my normal job is, this could come in the evening. But I will be sending that email out January 6th. Okay. And then, of course, Saturday, we will do a walkthrough. I think that is enough chatting. It's time to get to crafting. And again, we're going to make this cute Valentine's Day card. We're going to just hop into the new year. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Okay. This is an online exclusive, like I said. It's item 167027. I love this stamp set. And I love it more and more every time I play with it. So, sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day. Happy Valentine's Day. Bear hugs and kisses. Giving you a big smooch. Lots of little teddy bears. You can make one of those bears into Cupid. Is that his name? There's a little sign. There's a little teddy bear, a little thing of flowers. There's some little kissy lips, some hearts, some XOXOs, some little lovebirds. So really cute. There are dies that come with this. The dies have this cute little kissing booth that you can make right here. It's got some stuff for some balloons. You can make some heart balloons. Now the reason why he has this teddy bear and these flowers is because one of these bears, it is this one right here. I was trying to see if I had him stamped. When you die cut him, it puts a little, it cuts here to where you can slip stuff underneath his arms. So it's really cool. I'm trying to think, I've made a card with that. I'll have to get it here in a second so that I can show you. But lots of dies. Cute, cute set. Okay. I'm going to put that to the side because I want to show you this beautiful paper. This is available January 6th. It's called Made with Love. Remember, you get 2 pieces of each. I've already gone in here and I've been creating, so I've chopped up some of it. But it's Made with Love. Again, January 6th. Item 167054. You're going to want to get this as soon as possible because I have a feeling it's going to sell out really fast. So, and it actually has a Stampin' die that's not this. Like I said, this is an online exclusive. This has been out for 2 months. I think it came out in November. But this is not the Stampin' die that goes with this. I just think it works really well because of the kisses. Because it says bear hugs and kisses, and you've got your X's and your O's. There's lots of hearts. So here's side 1 of paper 1. This is a very pretty diagonal stripe. The colors in this paper are Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Poppy Parade, Real Red, Strawberry Slush. And to be honest, I even think there's a little bit of Pretty in Pink in here. It doesn't list that, but here are some small hearts. And then side B has some Poppy Parade with some, I think that's Strawberry Slush, all these little polka dots. Here's some larger scale hearts. And then here is a little dash and dot stripe. Hopefully that's picking that up well. Here is a Flirty Flamingo with some hearts. On the other side is Poppy Parade, maybe even Real Red with some hearts striped, some Flirty Flamingo hearts. So those aren't polka dots, those are hearts. Here is some little flowers, some whimsical flowers. And see, to me, this is Petal Pink. I don't think that this is Bubble Bath, but that's just me. Again, Flirty Flamingo with some pretty and pink. Could be Bubble Bath hearts. This reminds me of our embossing folder, and I'll show that embossing folder to you here in just a second because it's really pretty. And then kind of an ombre. So Flirty Flamingo, Strawberry Slush, Real Red, and I think there is even some Cherry Cobbler in this. So it really does have a nice variety of all of our pinks and reds, I think. Here are some little hearts and flowers and arrows. I think a great pack of paper, and I think anyone that's going to be making Valentine's Day cards is going to want this pack of paper. So again, if you're interested in it and you like it, you're probably going to want to get it January 6th because I think it's going to go and go fast. Okay, let me put that back up. The embossing folder that goes with that paper is called Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. And it has this little arch of hearts. So really cute. I've used it right here on this piece of Poppy Parade just to add some visual interest, but very cute embossing folder. Again, I think it's going to go super, super fast. And the last thing that I want to show you in this suite is some lovely doilies. I think these are just wonderful. So there are some little ones and some big ones. We've got two different sizes. And we have two different colors. This is like a bubble bath on this side with maybe some pretty and pink. Not pretty and pink, petal pink. And then this is white. So if you wanted to take your ink blender, you could make that any color you wanted. And then there's also some red or Poppy Parade, Flirty Flamingo, white. And then again, the back side is white, so you could do whatever you wanted. But there's two different sizes. There's the little, and then there's the big. Here's the big, real red ones in here. They didn't all come out when I tried to pull them all out. So you get a lot of little doilies in this wonderful, fun paper pack, doily pack. Okay. Let me grab Kleenex real quick. Sorry, I apologize. I should have had them easily accessible. And then I'm also going to show you this cute card. This was for our, I'll show you two different cards. This is the card that we're making today, but here's a card that I've made using the doilies. And then here's the card I've used making this kissing booth scene. And again, I'm sorry. I'm going to go across the room to blow my nose so that you guys don't have to listen to this. Intermission, grab a drink. Put some hand sanitizer on my hands. It really is just allergies. No one else in my household is sick. Such a fun time of year. Okay. So just some cute cards. See, and here's the one where the teddy bear's holding that heart. And you can slip those flowers in there. You can slip a teddy bear in there. There was several little things that you could cut out and slip in this teddy bear's hands. So, all right, put those away. And there's also, let me just mention this right now so I don't forget, several different ways that you can color these bears. So, this is crumb cake cardstock, and I've used the light crumb cake Stampin' Up blend. So if you want some shading to him, you can color him like this, like we're going to. And then I've taken some white pencil, just some, and colored his little ears and his nuzzle. Is that what you call that? And again, here is crumb cake. Now this is only one coat of the light crumb cake. This is 2 coats of the light crumb cake. So you can make him darker if you want. This is stamping him in early espresso. This is stamping him in pecan pie. So you can achieve a couple of different looks that way. Here he is on basic beige. Again, just used the crumb cake, and I was trying to do some shading on here. So here's some light, so that's just 1 coat of the light crumb cake. And then on his arms and around his head, I did it darker, and that's 2 coats. I've also gone in here and added some petal pink to his ears and his little nuzzle. I don't know if I'm calling that right. Another option you have is you could just stamp him with early espresso ink, and this is on pecan pie cardstock, and then I didn't color him except for his little nuzzle and his ears. Hopefully I'm saying that word right, because I've said it a lot. And this one right here, this is stamping him in early espresso and then using the dark pecan pie Stampin' Up blend. So, couple of different ways to get different teddy bear looks depending on what you like. I've kind of tried to show off a variety. So I'll stick that there real quick just so that you can see them all together. Just different looks all together. So whatever you want to do. Like I said, you don't even have to really color him at all. So, and we might do that on today's card. I don't know. Depending on timing. Okay. I have done a lot of talking. 30 minutes of talking already. So for this card, let me grab my... I've done all the die cutting and everything, so this card should come together pretty fast. Put him in the top corner up here. So you're going to take just a normal 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. Again, this is Poppy Parade. I've cut it in half, so this is 4 1/4 by 11. And then I've already scored it right here in half, so 5 1/2. But before we fold it over and burnish it, I'm going to do some cutting. So I'm going to bring in my little trimmer. I'm going to lay this up here. The first cut that we're going to make is going to be at 1 3/4. And the second cut that we're going to make is going to be at 2 inches. You're going to see how easy this card is. And most of the cutting I have done, I just wanted to make sure I showed you those 2 cuts because this is a very easy card that you can use for anything. So now I'm going to bring in my, I'm going to fold that over on my score line that I already made. Burnish this down, because really that's what this card is. I'm going to take the 2 pieces. So here was the first piece that we cut off. It was 1 3/4, which is the same size as this. So when you leave 1 3/4 and 1 3/4, it leaves you with a 2-inch piece, and that's the piece that we're going to use to connect these 2 pieces. Hopefully that makes sense. So very easy card. It's just all about how you cut your paper. I'm going to bring in my DSP and my pattern paper. So you will need one piece of basic white, just your normal 4 by 5 1/4. It's a 1/4 smaller than your card base. That's what's going to go in here in the middle. And then for your designer series paper, there were actually 2 different ones that I really kind of went back and forth on. These X's and O's, or you could use the hearts, and we might use the hearts today. My husband liked the hearts. I liked the X's and O's just because it said bear hugs and kisses. I don't know, to each their own, and I felt like we already had enough hearts here, so I think I might still go back with this, but you could really use any of them. I don't think you would go wrong, but you need 2 pieces of 4 1/8 by 1 5/8. So let's go ahead, let's layer these on our 2 pieces. Take whatever adhesive floats your boat. So here's my little piece down here, and I'm going to put the X's before the O's. We're just going to center that, make sure we've got a nice even border all the way around, and then we're going to take this piece, do the same thing, put some adhesive up here. I'm going to take this little basic white and put it to the side because I really don't need that yet. I just wanted to show you. And I'm going to make that a little bit flatter so that I can put this paper on here a little bit easier. Try to center that up. And I kind of feel like this piece of paper is a little bit too big. I'm gonna cut some off of this piece real quick. Just a little piece. I wasn't feeling like it was giving me a big enough border all the way around. So I'm not sure what I did on the measurement of that, but I know the measurement I told you is correct. So, okay. So there are those pieces right there. Here's the middle of our card. Now let's work on this main piece. This piece right here, which ties this whole card together. Okay, for this piece, we're gonna need a couple of different pieces of paper. So we're going to need a piece 2 by 4 1/4. This is our Poppy Parade. And it's actually the same piece. These are the same piece because I wanted to cut that and show you guys. And then here's a piece that is 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. This is Flirty Flamingo. And this is just going to layer behind here. And then this piece is 2 1/2 by 4 3/4, and again it's Poppy Parade, and it's actually going to go on the inside. So that's kind of how our card goes together. These all layer nicely on top of each other. So the first thing I'm going to do is run this top piece through our embossing folder. This is the Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss. It is the Big Daddy. You guys know I broke my other machine. There was a die that one of the gears broke on the handle, and I could not get my die out. It was that snowflake die. Anyway, I needed a new machine, so we're going to lay that in here. We're going to put that on here, and I need to change out my cutting platform, and then got stuff going everywhere. Put my top plate on there, run that through, I love embossing, whether it be heat embossing, dry embossing, that's what this is. It just gives you so much bang for your buck. Let me move this machine out of the way. Okay, and again, here's this pretty embossing folder. Can you see just the little oomph that it adds to that? Just jazzes it up. So, put my embossing folder out of the way. We're done with that. Oh, and you know what I should have done? I should have stamped on this first. So, if you guys do this, make sure you stamp on it first. You know what? I had an extra piece. Let me back up. So, Bear Hugs and Kisses, again, from the Valentine Kisses stamp set. These are photopolymer stamps. That is what Stampin' Up! Has made all their stamps to. We no longer offer the red rubber. So I'm going to use my Memento black ink. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to use my grid paper to line up my piece of cardstock. Put that down. Hopefully that's straight. Straight enough. Bring back in my embossing machine. Repeat what I just did. So sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Bring back my embossing folder. Maybe if I can get it opened. You guys, the struggle is real sometimes. Good grief. Try to get that in there straight. One more time through the embossing machine. Now we have our stamped embossed piece, which is what we want. Okay, this gets layered on top of our Flirty Flamingo piece. So let's go ahead and do that. You could also use the back of the embossed piece. That is very pretty as well. So this is indented and this is a raised image. So either way, both gorgeous. I kind of like that. No real right or wrong. It's just whatever floats your boat. That's our piece for the back, so let's not use that yet. Let's build on top of here. And again, like I said, I've cutted all these dies out already because I didn't want you guys to sit here and watch me do dies. But, so, this little bear, and actually let me do my bear. I did leave my bear because I'm not sure. What bear did you guys like? Hey Mom, how are you? So we have a couple of different options. We could just make him a darker bear and do him like this, or we could do it on crumb cake and color him like I did here. So we have, let's use, I think for the sake of time, since we're running a little behind like always, let's just grab a scratch piece. Let me grab my scratch piece of paper out of here. This one should be big enough, I think. I think for time's sake we won't color him, but you could. We're just gonna stamp him using the Early Espresso. And then die cut him out. And he's going to be just as cute. So we will use the pecan pie cardstock and just use him as that color and not do any ink blending or trying to find where my, there they are, right there in front of my face. If it were a snake, it would have bit me. Okay. So I'm going to take this one and this one out of the dies and bring back in this jumbo machine. Lay him on here. He is really easy to cut out. Just line him up. And then I could go ahead, I think there's enough room to actually put this little guy right here on here. Okay, let's scoot him over. Let's scoot him over. He looks good, he looks good. Put our top plate on. Try not to move them, which I did. Dadgummit, I might have to do them separate. Okay. Here I was trying to save time, and now I'm costing myself time. I think that's how Facebook Lives work. Okay. He looks, may have to use some Post-it note to hold him down. Good, I'm glad, Mom. Are you taking it easy and resting this weekend after a household full of people? I was going to invite you to come over and play with me and the grandkids today, but then I got to thinking, you might not even be up for that. You may be like, oh, quiet time. Because you don't get quiet time at the Maxwell household. That does not exist around here. It is definitely overload all the time here. Okay. So again, I'm just going to take my little white pencil, give his ears a little bit of coloring, do his little nuzzle. I still don't know if that's the right word, muzzle. That sounds not correct, but, and then I've already done his little ears and his nose. Okay, now we can bring back in and put our card together. Yes, resting and getting caught up. That's what I thought. I figured that's what you would say. Well, if you get bored, you know where to head on over to. If you ever want a little bit of chaos in your life, just come on over. Okay. This goes together pretty easily. Let me grab my mini dimensionals and my little poker tool. I'll put one mini dimensional here and one right here. And then I'm going to take some of our green capped mono Tombow adhesive. It's this right here. It's the multi-liquid glue. I just have it in a different bottle just because it makes it a little bit more precise for me. I kind of do better. I don't get as much glue everywhere. And then I'm going to take this and put it on our little base right here. Push that down. And then I'm also going to take my little clear block and just set that to the side a little bit. Let me kind of move that over. I don't have that equally. There we go. These clear blocks are great for having an extra set of hands. So that gets that right there. And then we can, I really need that. Okay, that should be on there good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and come back with our little mini adhesives, our little dimensionals, and put a couple of them on this little banner piece, our little scalloped piece. They barely fit on there, so I'm having to be a little extra careful just so I don't have any of it peeking out along the sides. There, we should be good. Sorry for the sniffling. I knew that was going to be a problem in today's video because my nose has just been non-stop. This weather needs to figure out what it wants to do and do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to place my little bear back here. Let me bring in my little silicone sheet. If you guys don't have one of these little silicone mats, these are a lifesaver for sure. But what I'm going to do is place him on there. He just gets tucked back there just a little bit. There's just a little edge piece right there. So what I do is kind of center him, and then this little scalloped, when I put this on here, it's going to kind of catch him. Well, maybe not, because I kind of pulled that down really far. Talking about my little edge pieces here. These I kind of pulled down a little too far, so I'm going to have to pull this scalloped thing down a little bit to kind of conceal everything. So I may have to put some liquid glue on him, just to cover things up, and yeah, I will. Okay. That's okay. We'll just take a little piece of liquid glue, a little stripe, and run it back here and put him, he'll just sit a little bit lower. So again, I want to get him centered, which is a good thing about that liquid glue. Get him centered in that kissing booth. There we go. Doesn't he just look amused? Like, let's just get this over with. It's so funny. I did get some glue on him, so I'll have to take my adhesive eraser here in a little bit and get that off. But the other thing is this little heart banner right here. Put some little dabs of glue. And stick this down. Turn him around a little bit here. And that just goes perfectly from edge to edge. You can put this down here, you can put it up there, either way, whatever works best for you. And then there are some little hearts that came out of this. When you run it through the little machine, there are some little bitty hearts that it leaves you with. So I'm going to take my little take your pick tool. There's a little gummy edge right here on this little piece, and I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to take the big heart and put it in this little girl's hands. And just use that to lay down that heart and let it dry. Put her out of the way. And then I'm going to take some little bitty pieces pieces, little bitty dots of adhesive, because these hearts are itty bitty, guys. And if you don't want to fool with the little hearts, I totally get it, but they do make, I can't even tell if I've got that on correct or not. They do add a little nice little extra something something. See if I can get my little heart straight. And one more. Up. Come on. I need it turned over, flipped over the other way. Because you can definitely tell the top from the bottom. There we go. Okay. We'll let those dry for a second. And then there are some cute little lips. Oh, this stamp set cracks me up. See these cute little lips? I just have to. I'm going to take some real red. Make sure I have my lips up the right way. And I am just going to put a couple lips there. Couple lips there. It's all in the details, right? And even though this is Poppy Parade right here, the real red shows up better on the bear. So, and then I'm going to take my Stampin' Right markers. I know we don't offer these anymore. I'm sad about it. They might still be on the clearance. I doubt it. But I'm going to add some real red to her little lips. Right here. Okay. So now we can come in here, and he's probably dry enough. I think so. We're going to, let me move this out of the way. Get that out of the way. We don't need that. Pull the backing off of these little mini dimensionals up here. I'm going to add some adhesive down here to the bottom. And then we're just going to kind of put him down towards the bottom, again, leaving that equal size border all the way around. Make sure the booth is straight, which I don't think it is. Let me scoot it over just a tad. There we go. Okay. I'm going to flip that over. Put some adhesive on this piece. Get this piece ready. I'm going to put that to the side. You'll see why here in a second. Okay, so I'm going to bring back in our little card pieces here. We're going to go ahead and stamp this piece. We're going to do Sending Lots of Love Your Way to celebrate this special day. I'm going to use Poppy Parade because that's what color this cardstock is. I'm going to go tap, tap, tap. I'm probably off the screen, so I apologize if I am. We're going to keep this kind of up here and over to the side. And I don't feel like I'm straight. Let's see, am I straight? Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. Close this up before I get Poppy Parade or red ink anywhere. I'm going to take some Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to kind of bring in, the reason why we're doing all of our stamping now is it's easier to stamp on a flat surface. And once I put this down, sometimes it's just easier to stamp on your stuff before you put it down. Those are the lips. That's not what I want. I want the hearts. So there are some cute little hearts in here. Again, you don't have to do any of this, but I thought it just added a cute little something something. And the reason why I chose Flirty Flamingo is because she's got a Flirty Flamingo heart in her hand. I'm going to turn this over. Come in here and again, just try to line it up with an equal border around all the sides. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's homemade. We're gonna add some adhesive to this little bear right here. The trickiest part about this card, I'm gonna use my block as my extra hand. I want to make sure, so we're gonna take this piece right here and line this up towards the bottom so that we get that on there straight. And then I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna tuck her right there, just so she's peeking out. She's on the inside. And then we're gonna take this other piece of Poppy Parade that we had, and we're going to add just a little adhesive to the top and to the bottom, because this is going to sit in here. It's going to cover up our little sentiment. And what I'm doing is I'm lining this up. I'm using my white piece to get equal amount of border so that it's the same height up here and down here. I'm going to go ahead, fold, I was sticking to it. Give me just a second. Pull that down, stick it down, put that back up there. Sorry, I had to wipe my nose. Okay, I'm going to bring this piece back in here again, line this up with the bottom on both sides so that I get it on there straight. And we're going to push that down. So that piece right there does a couple of things. It hides our little sentiment so that you can open it and have a sentiment, but then it also ties these two pieces together. And then just to reinforce this, because I've already added adhesive all the way around, we're going to line this up on here. Again, I'm going to bring in my block for my little hands. So we want to make sure that we're getting the same distance from here to here as from here to here, and the same distance on either side of our little red piece over here on the sides. So a little tricky to line up, but it's not too bad. It can be done. Just takes some patience. And there's our card, guys. How simple, easy, cute, and it adds a huge pack punch. So I don't know, you guys be the judge. Do you guys like the bears just not really colored using the pecan pie cardstock behind it? I kind of do. Or here he is with crumb cake with blends. And again, you could have used these little heart pieces up here instead of the X's and O's. But I like the X's and O's with the bear hugs and kisses. So that's our card for today. And it's right at an hour. See, it only took 30 minutes to make that card because we talked for a lot and I showed a lot this at the very beginning. Thank you, Mom. I'm glad. Glad you like it. I love it. This stamp and die set is so stinking cute. And this paper that's available again, January 6th, guys, the new catalog comes out. So I will be, next Saturday, I'll be doing a walkthrough of the catalog instead of a Valentine's Day card. But I have some really, really cute Valentine stuff for the next few weeks. And I have a cute little Hershey Kisses treat holder that you're not going to want to miss. So make sure you follow my Facebook page. Check it every day. I try to update it once a day. It doesn't take but just a few minutes to go over there and check it out. Let you guys know all the new and exciting things that are going on. That's our card. Simple, easy, cute, and it's very easy to cut. It's just cutting a little 2-inch piece out of the center and using that piece right here on the top to combine that top and that bottom together. All right, you guys have a fabulous week. Have a fabulous weekend. It's just now started. So we'll see you back here next weekend. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Mom.